Hi, this is Scott with eTrailer. Today we're taking a look at and installing our CURT Class 3 hitch for our 2020 Toyota Highlander. The Toyota Highlander is a really popular vehicle and we do quite a bit of hitch installs for these. A lot of people are really looking for a way to haul bike racks. That's a really popular thing to do with these. Most of the time, cargo carriers are also an option. People will want them for when they go camping. You get too much stuff packed in the back and you run out of room. A cargo carrier is a really good option to gain more space and haul more stuff to the campsite with you. One of the nice things about this one is it doesn't stick out a whole lot, so the receiver portion of it itself doesn't stick out real far from the bumper. So during your normal everyday tasks, say you're walking by the back, you're not going to be bumping your leg into it all the time or running into it with your shin. This hitch has a really nice gloss powder coat finish to it, so it's going to hold up really well to all the elements, your salt spray and scratches and dings and stuff like that. It's really going to help prevent corrosion. This CURT hitch is going to have a 5/8 pinhole opening, so that's going to allow you to get your pin put in place, and that's going to hold your accessories in place. It will not come with the pin, so you may want to pick one up here at eTrailer. Another option for these is the locking pin. Those are really nice for if you do a lot of time going out to the bike trails and you have your bike rack on the back, you can lock that in place. So while you're down the trail, no one can take your accessory off of the back. As far as our safety chain loops, they are a heavy-duty welded-on design. They're going to accept either the S-style safety chain hook or the clevis style. As far as our measurements go, from the center of the pinhole out to the edge of the bumper, we're looking at right at around 2 3/4 inches. With that measurement, you'll be able to figure out if any of your accessories that fold up will make any contact with the back of the vehicle. Now from the ground to the center and top of our tube here, we're looking at 17 inches. And with that number, you'll be able to decide if you need any rise in the shank of either your bike carriers or your cargo carriers for clearance. Now, if you already have this hitch or you're going to get it installed yourself and you have any questions or comments or any concerns, feel free to leave a comment below. As far as installation goes, you will have to do a little bit of trimming. So it's not really too big of a deal. If you have a buddy with you, you can get it done pretty easy. If it's something you don't want to do yourself, you can always take a look at our dealer locator and get something done for you locally. If you want to do it yourself, stick around, watch our video, and we'll help you get it installed. Now on our passenger side, we're going to have this fascia tab, this metal one. We're going to have a 10 millimeter and a 17 millimeter. We're just going to remove that metal tab. Now on both sides, we're going to have plugs plugging up these holes. We need to remove all of these on both sides. Now we're going to need to remove our exhaust hanger on the passenger side, and that's the one closest to our muffler tip. So I'm going to go ahead and mount up a cam buckle strap just to support my exhaust for when we take that loose. That's just going to give us a little extra to hold it in place. Now for our next step, we need to get this bracket down. So what I'm going to do is take some soapy water and spray my isolator on both sides. Kind of move that around a little bit. Get some of that soapy water in there. And that's going to make it a lot easier for us to get that off of there. Now we'll temporarily remove this bracket. Now with all the weld nuts in your frame, I like to spray those with a little penetrant and just take a tube brush, get those cleaned out, and do that on both sides. Now with an extra set of hands, we can get our hitch lifted into place. Before we get our hitch lifted in place, we have this little tab that's basically a little deflector in the back. That's going to run into our hitch, so we're going to get that snipped out of the way. For your hardware, you want to have your bolts ready and have your conical washers with the teeth that'll be facing the frame. Now with an extra set of hands, we'll get our hitch lifted into place. With all of our hardware put in place, finger tight, I like to get in the rear of the vehicle and make sure our hitch looks good and centered. Now I'll come back through and snug down all my hardware. Now we'll come back through and torque down all of our hardware to the specifications listed in our instruction manual. If you don't have a torque wrench, you can pick one up here at eTrailer or check your local auto parts store and you should be able to rent one. Now that we have our hitch all torqued down, we'll go ahead and get our exhaust bracket put back in place. Now we're going to put our isolator back in place, and just a little trick, it's a good idea to spray a little soapy water on your isolator again and on your pins. That's going to make it all go back together a whole lot easier. We'll slide our isolator back in place. Now we can remove our cam buckle strap. And that was a look at our CURT Class 3 hitch for 2020 Toyota Highlander. I'm Scott with eTrailer, and thanks for watching.